The earth is torn, a plague of death. The night is born. Silent whispers, the shadows crawl. The army wakes to consume us all. From the grave they rise undead. Hollow eyes burn crimson red. Army of the dead, marching through the fire, feeding on despair. Their hunger won't expire. Flesh and bone, they crave the kill. The end of man, their thirst fulfilled. They tear the sky, the moon turns black. No escape, no turning back. Through the ruins, their cries resound. The living fall, their fate unbound. Hear the drums of death they call. Echoes rise as empires fall. Army of the dead, marching through the fire, feeding on despair. Their hunger won't expire. Flesh and bone, they crave the kill. The end of man, their thirst fulfilled. No mercy, no soul, no light in their gaze. An endless tide through a burning haze. The living scream, but the night won't break. The army marches, the world they take. Shadows stretch, the cold takes hold. This cursed fate, the story's told. We are the damned, no place to run. The dead will rise with the setting sun. Army of the dead, marching through the fire, feeding on despair. Their hunger won't expire. Flesh and bone, they crave the kill. The end of man, their thirst fulfilled. Army of the dead, marching through the fire, feeding on despair. Their hunger won't expire. Flesh and bone, they crave the kill. The end of man, their thirst fulfilled. A shadow crawls, calling the dead with ancient thralls. Bloodied hands carve rites in stone. A madman rules, the grave his throne. The ground splits open, the cursed arise. A master of death with lifeless eyes. Necromaniac, the bringer of pain, raising the dead to walk again. Twisting fate with a deadly hand. A plague of horror sweeps the land. Unholy whispers, they fill the night, summoning legions from their plight. The living tremble, their time is near. Under his spell, consumed by fear. No chains can bind him, no soul is safe. The necromaniac feeds the grave. Necromaniac, the bringer of pain, raising the dead to walk again. Twisting fate with a deadly hand. A plague of horror sweeps the land. The dead obey, his will commands. Their bony fingers clutch the sands. Through fire and ash, his kingdom grows. A reign of terror nobody knows. The sky turns black, the earth runs red. The necromaniac bows to the dead. No life remains, his power thrives. In his dark world, no one survives. The ground is cold, the air is still. A crimson moon above the hill. The dead arise, the darkness calls. Their twisted hands tear through the walls. No savior here, no hope remains. Their hollow eyes ignite the flames. Hell awaits the living, the damned walk the earth. An endless nightmare, a cursed rebirth. Run but you can't hide, the end draws near. Hell awaits the living, consumed by fear. The streets run red, the world decays. Echoes of death in their endless gaze. The living flee, but the void is wide. A kingdom of rot where the dead abide. The screams of man are drowned by fate. The gates of hell have opened late. Hell awaits the living, the damned walk the earth. An endless nightmare, a cursed rebirth. Run but you can't hide, the end draws near. Hell awaits the living, consumed by fear. Their shadows stretch, their hunger grows. A tide of death no mercy shows. Ash and bone, the fire spreads. The living fall to join the dead. In the silence, nothing remains. A world engulfed by endless pain. The last light fades, the dark takes hold. The walking dead, their story told. Hell awaits the living, the damned walk the earth. An endless nightmare, a cursed rebirth. Run but you can't hide, the end draws near. Hell awaits the living, consumed by fear. Hell awaits the living, the damned walk the earth. An endless nightmare, a cursed rebirth. Run but you can't hide, the end draws near. Hell awaits the living, consumed by fear. Quiet, no whispers remain. Shadows crawl in the pouring rain. A distant moan cuts through the haze. The dead are watching with hollow gaze. Their steps are slow, their hunger burns. In endless waves, the world it turns. Through shattered glass, through fields of ash, the dead eyes watch and the skies collapse. Dead eyes watching, silent and cold. Echoes of lives, the stories untold. No breath, no voice, just hunger's call. Dead eyes watching as we fall. Through the ruins of hope, we make our stand. The shadows stretch across the land. The living fade, but they never tire. Eyes like embers, a ghostly fire. The sun goes dark, the moon turns red. No rest for us. The dead eyes linger, the living fade. No chains can hold them, no fire consume. Their gaze is the shadow of certain doom. Through endless nights, their watch remains, a haunting chorus of lost refrains. No escape, no curtain to fall. Dead eyes watching, consuming all. Dead eyes watching, silent and cold. Echoes of lives, the stories untold. No breath, no voice, just hunger's call. Dead eyes watching as we fall. Forever haunting, their gaze will bind. Dead eyes watching the end of mankind. Is cold, the soil is deep. I wake from death, disturbed from sleep. The weight of dirt, it crushes down, yet hunger drives. My soul is bound. The silence breaks, the cracks appear. A heartbeat lost, but I am here. Buried but breathing, cursed to rise. Through endless darkness I open my eyes. The grave can't hold what death can't claim. Buried but breathing, bound by the flame. Through shattered stone, I claw, I tear. A revenant rising beyond despair. No memories left, just primal screams. A walking shadow from fractured dreams. The coffin splits, the ground gives way. The night consumes the light of day. Buried but breathing, cursed to rise. Through endless darkness I open my eyes. The grave can't hold what death can't claim. Buried but breathing, bound by the flame. Chains of the grave, they pull me in. A twisted hunger beneath my skin. The living run, but they can't hide. For the dead will rise with the turning tide. The air is thick, the night is long. A broken world where I belong. Buried but breathing, forever confined. A fate of death that traps my mind. Buried but breathing, cursed to rise. Through endless darkness I open my eyes. The grave can't hold what death can't claim. Buried but breathing, bound by the flame. Buried but breathing, cursed to rise. Through endless darkness I open my eyes. The grave can't hold what death can't claim. Buried but breathing. can't hold, what death can't claim. Buried but breathing, bound by the flame. Glow of a crimson sky, the dead awake and the living die. Echoes of fear in the midnight air. We stand alone in the devil's stare. Shadows crawl, their hunger burns. The world we knew will not return. Through broken walls, the silence screams. A blood moon rises on shattered dreams. Blood moon rising, the end is near. A tide of darkness, fueled by fear. Through endless night we fight to see a spark of hope in the tragedy. The roads are lost, the fires fade. A haunted trail by the dead is laid. Each step we take, a fleeting breath. A fragile dance with living death. Shadows crawl, their hunger burns. The world we knew will not return. Through broken walls, the silence screams. A blood moon rises on shattered dreams. Blood moon rising, the end is near. A tide of darkness, fueled by fear. Through endless night we fight to see a spark of hope in the tragedy. Beneath the moon we make our stand, with trembling hearts and blood-stained hands. The dead may rise, but we won't fall. Together we'll defy it all. The blood moon sets, but scars remain. A world reborn from endless pain. Through shadows grasp we'll find the light, and stand against the endless night. Blood moon rising, the end is near. A tide of darkness, fueled by fear. Through endless night we fight to see a spark of hope in the tragedy. Though the crimson fades, we still survive. The blood moon shadow, but we're alive. Earth, the silence breaks, the dead arise, the ground it quakes. No masters left, no gods to save. We march alone, slaves to the grave. Their hollow eyes, a soulless stare, a fate that waits, a living snare. We fight, we fall, the shadows crave, the endless call of the grave. Slaves to the grave, no chains to see. calls louder every night. The wind, it whispers, the dead don't sleep. They stalk the living, their hunger deep. The world is fractured, the kingdom grows. A tide of death that never slows. Through crumbled walls and endless pain, we fight to stand, but all in vain. Their shadows reach, the darkness waves. We are but slaves to the grave. Slaves to the grave, no chains to see. Bound by the curse of eternity. Through ash and blood we seek the light, but the grave calls louder every night. The fire fades, but we ignite. A fleeting spark against the night. We stand, we scream against their hold, defying death, though it's grown cold. The dead surround, but we remain. Through the suffering, through the pain, their grasp may tighten, their voices crave, but we'll fight on, slaves to the grave. Slaves to the grave, no chains to see. Bound by the curse of eternity. Through ash and blood we seek the light, but the grave calls louder every night. Through shadows deep, our hearts still brave, forever bound as slaves to the grave. Yet screams remain in hollow streets where shadows reign. Each step we take, the past still clings, a melody of broken things. Faces lost in the fading light, memories haunt this endless fight. We walk the line, the living dead, bound by the tears that we have shed. Souls torn asunder, left to the wind, a fight for survival, a war within. Through the darkness we still defend, a fragile hope that will not end. The dead don't sleep, they always stare, a nightmare born from our despair. We carry scars that time can't heal, a life rebuilt on pain we feel. Through burning skies we hold our ground, though silence deafens, no solace found. With every breath we face the tide, the war for life we can't deny. Souls torn asunder, left to the wind, a fight for survival, a war within. Through the darkness we still defend, a fragile hope that will not end. Ashes rise on a crimson breeze, a shattered world brought to its knees. But in our hearts the fire remains, a spark of life through endless pain. Souls torn asunder, left to the wind. A fight for survival, a war within. Through the darkness we still defend a fragile hope that will not end. The pieces scatter but still we rise. Souls torn asunder beneath dead skies. Shattered dawn, the world's undone, the living fade, the dead have won. No beating hearts, no breath remains, just endless nights and silent pain. The clock is broken, time stands still, a cursed existence against our will. This is the end that never dies, a hollow earth beneath red skies. We're bound to roam forever enslaved, a world consumed, no soul is saved. The shadows stretch, the dark unfolds, the lifeless march through fields of cold. The echoes call, they pierce the air, a requiem of despair. The light is fading, hope is gone. The dead move forward, we're overrun. This is the end that never dies, a hollow earth beneath red skies. We're bound to roam forever enslaved, a world consumed, no soul is saved. Through ash and dust we walk alone, our voices drowned by death's dark tone. The grave is open, there's no escape, the chains of fate forever drape. The silence speaks, the stars grow dim, no prayers are left, no final hymn. The end is here, yet we survive, a nightmare's curse, the end alive. This is the end that never dies, a hollow earth beneath red skies. We're bound to roam forever enslaved, a world consumed, no soul is saved. This is the end that never dies, a hollow earth beneath red skies. We're bound to roam forever enslaved, a world consumed, no soul is saved. Death's embrace, shadows crawl in every space. The world we knew is torn apart, survival burns within our heart. Through empty streets and endless pain, we fight to breathe, though hope is slain. shadows deep, we waste away. The nights grow cold, the dawn will rise, a world consumed by lifeless eyes. Yet through the fear, we hold the line, a fragile hope, a spark divine. The last breath of the living, a fragile flame, a struggle to remember what still remains. Through darkness and sorrow we carry the scars, the fight for tomorrow beneath dying stars. The dead surround, but we won't fall. This fleeting life, we'll give it all. In every tear, in every cry, we'll find a way to stay alive. To live, our only cure. In shadows deep, our fate we mend, until the last breath, until the end. The last breath of the living, a fragile flame, a struggle to remember what still remains. Through darkness and sorrow we carry the scars, the fight for tomorrow beneath dying stars. In silence we whisper, the end's not yet near. The last breath of the living still lingers here. Is cracked, the air is dry. Beneath the ash, the dead still lie. Their hollow eyes, a lifeless stare, a kingdom broken beyond repair. The sun won't rise, the night won't end, a barren path where shadows bend. We walk alone through death's caress, in a wasteland of the soulless. Wasteland of the soulless, a world undone, where the fight for life has just begun. Through endless dread, we're forced to roam, a hollow earth we once called home. The silence cuts, the wind grows thin, the echoes scream of what has been. No stars remain to guide our way, just ghosts of light from yesterday. The sun won't rise, the night won't end, a barren path where shadows bend. We walk alone through death's caress, in a wasteland of the soulless. Wasteland of the soulless, a world undone, where the fight for life has just begun. Through endless dread, we're forced to roam, a hollow earth we once called home. From shattered dreams and crumbled stone, we search for hope in the shadows rise, the skies turn gray, but we endure another day. Though death surrounds, we must progress through the wasteland of the soulless. Wasteland of the soulless, a world undone, where the fight for life has just begun. Through endless dread, we're forced to roam a hollow earth we once called home. With burning hearts we face the test, surviving still in the soulless west. Streets where shadows crawl, the world's last breath, a mournful call. The cure we sought, a poison dream, salvation born of the undead stream. The lines are blurred, the cost is deep, the living pray while the dead still creep. A fragile hope, a fleeting light, infected hands grasp through the night. Infected salvation, a hollow reprieve, a twisted hope we can't believe. The cure is a curse, the price is clear. Salvation comes wrapped in fear. The skies grow dim, the air turns thin. A fight we lose, yet can't begin. The ones we loved, now shadows near. Their cries are drowned in endless fear. No turning back, no path ahead. The answer lies among the dead. The lines we cross, the lies we leave. Infected hope we dare believe. Infected salvation, a hollow reprieve, a twisted hope we can't believe. The cure is a curse, the price is clear. Salvation comes wrapped in fear. What have we done? What have we gained? A shattered world, a curse unchained. Through flesh and bone, through blood and strife, we barter death to cling to life. The silence grows, the darkness near. The choice we made is loud and clear. Infected hope, a final breath, salvation forged in life and death. Infected salvation,